Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back on track, hopefully, with these Facebook Lives. It came to, or it occurred to me, I should say, that I wanted to reveal a few of my secrets on my journey. I was actually listening to a podcast the other day, and about how to create your business and how to create a program. Basically, they said, well, if it's something that you've gone through and you've tried it, you've tested it, and it's true, and you've gotten results from it, then why not create a business around it? So this sort of got me thinking, and I kind of do already do it with my clients, but I wanted to show you what I've been up to this last year, working on myself. So as a nutritionist, I did work in clinic for a little less than a year, and it just wasn't really my bag. I wanted to be a little bit more creative with what I brought to the table with my clients. So I left clinic and I decided to go out on my own. And I have been running detoxes probably for the better part of half a year. And I recognize that a detox is great. It's a nice little like shock to the body. But at the end of the day, if you're wanting to make lasting, long changes to your life, it's more of a journey. And it made me think, that's why I offer the year-long program where you've got access to me all year. We do start you out with the detox. Hey, Josh. Thanks for joining. So we do start you out with the detox, and then we do more of a one-on-one coaching for the rest of the year. So it's $83 a month. It's more than a steal, in my opinion. And you have access to me, and I can send you meal plans or suggestions on how to eat better throughout your week. So getting back to, I've got about like 5 things that have worked for me over the last year, and I wanted to reveal them to you and give up some info for you guys. So about a year ago, I was dealing with anxiety and panic attacks, and I got really desperate. And so I decided to go to actually the guy I used to work for, the naturopath. If you're ever looking for a great naturopath, Dr. Jonathan Beatty, he is amazing. Check him out. He's in Whitby. He's in the East End. But basically, I brought all my tests to him, all my blood tests, all my stool tests, my organics tests, my Dutch panel. I brought everything to him and I said, heal me. So he put all the puzzle pieces together. He put me on a really tight protocol, and that included food and supplements. So the food, I ate very clean to start, and I had to really reel it in again when he put me on this protocol. So it's called the autoimmune protocol. And I sort of did a modified version, but basically it's gluten-free, grain-free. Actually, let me backtrack. It's grain-free, dairy-free, nightshade-free. What else? No processed, no nuts and seeds. You are supposed to have no coffee, no eggs, no chocolate. And that's where I drew the line. I was like, you know what? I need to live a little. So I did, in the beginning, I did do mushroom coffee. I think actually, sorry, I started with green tea and then I integrated mushroom coffee. And then I think I did like a little bit of decaf here and there. And then now I'm basically drinking regular coffee on the regular. I do make sure it's super clean, it's organic, it's fair trade. I get it at Costco and I grind it myself. The chocolate, again, it's usually organic, fair trade, 85% plus of super low sugar, and my eggs are always organic. So that's where I made substitutions. You probably will find if you do look up AIP, it's very strict. And the other thing is no nightshades, so no peppers, no hot peppers, no tomatoes, no eggplant, that sort of thing. So it was a very tight diet. No white potato. And it was hard when I went to friends and when I went to restaurants and stuff. I was very limited. I basically ate meat and veggies or fish and veggies. I had to always ask, you know, are there sauces on that? If there's sauces on it, there's probably dairy, there's probably gluten, et cetera, et cetera. So I always try to train my clients, when you are going to a restaurant or a friend's, communicate, ask the questions, you know, what's in this? You know, is there gluten? Is there dairy? Can you ask your chef? Is there an alternative sauce you can give me? Can you leave off the sauce? Even dressings for salads, if you're going the salad route, ask the questions, and generally they'll give you some pretty good answers, because I'm finding restaurants are getting better. Sometimes they have a gluten-free menu, so, or they're putting those little symbols next to the dish, like whether it's vegetarian, whether it's vegan, is it dairy free, is it gluten, grain free, etc. So just be mindful, you know, before going out to dinner, going out to friends, even ask your friends, what are you serving, you know? And then that way, if they are serving something, like if they're serving lasagna and you're doing AIP, you can't eat. So bring the salad, you know, and maybe eat before you go, or maybe bring, you know, like a chicken breast, and ask them, you know, like, I'm eating this certain way. Do you mind if we heat up the chicken breast while you're heating up the lasagna? Most of the time people are cool about it, so I wouldn't be fearful of getting the like stink eye from them. So anyways, I ate very tight for probably 3 months, and then I did start to integrate. Actually, I think in the first 3 months I didn't eat eggs, now that I think about it. And then I did integrate the eggs because I really missed them. And then I did start to integrate sunflower seed butter, but that's the extent of the nuts and seeds that I put in my diet right now. I do notice that they do make me break out and cause excess inflammation in my body. So that was the food. I'm not going to get into the supplement regime, but the supplements did have a lot of like more calming type stuff to calm down the inflammation, calm down the anxiety. There was a lot of vitamin D that I was taking, and magnesium and that sort of stuff. But that's for another day, because I believe that naturopaths should specialize in supplements and nutritionists should specialize in food. Of course, supplements are going to help you progress a lot quicker, but in the beginning, when you're healing, I think it's all about food, good food. So that was my food, and then moving into movement. Before, probably for about a year, I was doing a little bit of movement, like sort of boot camp style stuff, not losing the weight. Like, I've had probably about 20 pounds that I needed to lose. I'm only 5'4", so you know, I was carrying around these extra 20 pounds. I felt super inflamed, like my rings didn't fit. Clothes were definitely not fitting. I felt uncomfortable in my body. My face was inflamed. I was breaking out like crazy. And brain fog, couldn't get up in the morning, you know, the whole gamut. I'm sure some of you have felt this way. So I got more into things that I really enjoyed. So I did more dancing, which I love. So hip hop classes. If I hung out with friends, it would always be some sort of a walk. So I integrated movement where I would catch up with friends. And I went to boot camp twice a week. And this boot camp is a great boot camp because it's not a lot of jumping around, and I'm finding as I'm getting older, my joints are hurting from all of the jumping around that I used to do with aerobics and different crazy classes that I used to do. So this is a little bit more of a low impact. He integrates it's like sort of like mindful movement. So it's like, okay, how do I want my arms to look? You know, like, are my and really focusing on the muscle when you're lifting or when you're lunging and doing that sort of stuff. And I invite you to do that when you're at the gym. How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? And really tuning into your muscles when you are lifting or squatting or whatever it is. So visualization is very important in terms of hitting goals. Check out Dr. Joe Dispenza if you are interested. He's like one of my heroes. I'll throw up his name on the comments here so you guys can watch some of his YouTubes because he's quite awesome to listen to. He's a very charismatic speaker, and he talks about the idea of meditating and visualizing how you want to feel, how you want to be, you know, what sort of career you want to be in, how much money you want to be making, how you want your body to look, etc., etc. The mind is pretty powerful. So, anyways. Lots of movement. I did actually get a Fitbit too. So lately I've been integrating more walking. I'm trying to get my 10,000 steps a day. There are certain apps. This one app called Step Bet. It's American, of course. So you pay like $40 and it's like you and I don't know 500 other people trying to hit your goal for the day. So for me, I have 12,000 steps a day. That's my goal. And then there's like super days where you have to get, you know, like 15,000 or whatever. So that means a walk and a workout for me. Anyways, so that's number 2. Number 3 is self-care. So in terms of self-care, basically I either chose massage or I worked with an energy worker. You know, I did a little bit of hot yoga in the winter time. Lately I've been doing some journaling, and meditating, of course, is a non-negotiable. I try to meditate once, if not twice a day. What else did I do? Decluttering, that was a big one. I live in a small space, so just, you know, things that no longer fit, get them out of the house, donate them. Things you're not using, donate them. Facebook Marketplace I've been using a lot of, so things I haven't really opened, I've been trying to sell. I mean, you don't make a lot on it, but it's better than nothing. And saying no is another one too. I am a recovering people pleaser, so when you say no to people, you're able to spend a little bit more time alone, maybe doing the things that you love and that you want to do, as opposed to always trying to please people. Number 4 is just getting outside, getting in nature, getting some sunshine on your face, on your skin, getting that vitamin D. I think is super, super important. It's very good for grounding yourself if you do live up here, which a lot of us do. So getting on the grass, like, you know, bare feet on the grass, touching trees, just seeing different plants, and just getting out of your 4 walls of your house or your home or your condo or whatever it is, and getting some fresh air, I think is very important, soothing, healing to the body. And then lastly, for me, about this, but yes, meditating, journaling. And then of course, a big one for me was I invested in a coach. So he sort of acted both as a business coach as well as sort of like a spiritual therapist, if you will. So yeah, he was great. I worked with him for about 1.5 years, and we just ended our last coaching call a week or 2 ago, and he was awesome. I spoke to him every Tuesday morning for about 1.5 hours, so that was very healing to me. So at the end of the day, it was me taking the time to work on my gut, right? So work on healing the inflammation that was in my gut, because there's the brain-gut connection, right? So if you're feeling like crap, generally it has something to do with your gut. If your gut is off, that means like the HPA axis is just, it's completely like the message that you're getting from your gut, like, oh, we're off, you know, the good bacteria, the bad bacteria are out of whack. So then that's going to create unequal brain chemistry. Serotonin will be low, dopamine will be low, motivation will be low. So getting your gut right is going to make you feel a lot better. So that's the idea of this diet, is bringing down the inflammation, bringing down the red flags or the warning signals that your body is putting up, saying like, whoa, 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 we need to really back off of some of these foods, and stress, right? Back off on stress and get into the healing zone, because we can't heal when we're in a stressed state. It doesn't even make sense, right? So that's the idea behind this. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more on what I did in order to heal myself, and I'm still healing a year later, it doesn't just happen like that. Things take time. Like this post says, weight loss is a journey. Feeling good in your body is a journey. You're not just going to flip a switch and say, hey, yeah, I love myself. I'm so in love with my body after many years of not liking your body. Someone like me, believe it or not, many years of not liking what I looked like. It's going to take time for you to embrace and love yourself, love your body, at least in my opinion. And you could argue the opposite. Maybe some people can love their body in 3 months or in 6 months, but I think everybody has different degrees of it. Anyways, that is my spiel 16 minutes later on what I've been through the last year and how I can help you if you are in similar situations where, you're 20 pounds, 30 pounds, I'm not going to say overweight, but you're just wanting to lose, and you know that, you're eating well and you're moving your body and you're meditating, let's say, and it's just not coming off. This is an option for you to take on because I know it works. You just have to be patient. Okay, hope you guys are well. Hit me up if you're interested. Take care. Bye.